Yeah, my name is Robert Miggins. I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Development for Pier-1 Hosting, and we're here today at Cloud Expo unveiling zunicore, which is the new public cloud division of Pier-1. We're running it as a separate brand, and we've launched 2 days ago here at Cloud Expo.
So what is it that your company does for its customers? What is the products that you offer and services?
Sure. So Pier-1 Hosting, I'll talk about that just broadly. We are a full solution hosting provider. We're a publicly traded company based out of Canada, Vancouver, Canada. We have 4 primary products. We have managed hosting, which is about half of our business. We have dedicated hosting, which is done under our Server Beach brand. We have co-location, and then the last of the 4 kind of legs of the stool, if you will, is our cloud services division, which is headlined by the zunicore launch, although we have other types of cloud services we offer already. Underneath everything we do, and the backbone upon which everything we do runs, is the Pier-1 fast fiber network. So in between all of our 18 different data centers across the world, we run a 10 gigabit per second, very high performance and robust fast fiber network. So that's kind of the backbone upon which everything we do is delivered.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about some of your customer stories? What have you solved for them? What kind of pain points did they have that zunicore is solving for them?
Yeah, sure. So zunicore is very interesting. First of all, there's something very unique about zunicore that we've been spending the last 3 days talking about kind of nonstop. But what's different about it is it's a public cloud compute product similar to Amazon, for instance, in the way it's conceptualized, or in the way that it's easiest to compare it to Amazon EC2. However, it's very different in several ways. Most notably, is rather than provisioning VMs for customers, we actually provision a resource pool for you. So on our website at zunicore.com, there are sliders where you can slide to the left and the right the specific amount of CPU core, memory, and disk space you need for the job you're trying to complete. And we provision a resource pool in your name with those specific parameters. Then we deliver to you also a tool to let you manage those resources effectively. So once you get your resource pool, you can create VMs within that resource pool. You might create one VM that takes all of the space. You might create multiple VMs, one that takes 50% of the space, and then 5 other ones that take 10% of the space. We put the tool in your hands, and we feel like that's a better way for business professionals to get things done than you would get at other hosting providers, or certainly other cloud providers.
So, do you have any announcements that you made this week at Cloud Computing Expo?
Yeah, so absolutely. So we announced that we launched 2 days ago. So zunicore just went live on November 7th. Our press release went live. We got tons of press coverage, and we've been having great conversations with analysts, with bloggers, with members of the press, with prospects, with customers, etc. So let me give you a use case or a customer case. So we have a client who's testing out zunicore right now. Previously, they've used public cloud providers that have a very rigid SKU perspective where you have to kind of choose small, medium, large, or quadruple extra large. And their particular business is rendering as a service. So they offer kind of a rendering service for studios, small to medium sized kind of studios and interactive agencies. What they love about zunicore is that they can actually configure VMs within their resource pool that have lots of RAM but only very little CPU, which works best for their application. So they don't actually end up spending on a bunch of CPU cores that they'll never actually put to full use. So they actually love the flexibility of zunicore because it allows them to kind of more custom tailor a VM instance to the specific job they're trying to complete.
So they do GPU grid computing.
Well, they also are testing out our GPU cloud product as well, but they're using some GPU and they're using some CPU product as well.
Great. So what do you think is the future for zunicore and this market that you're in?
Well, I think we've launched, and we're, once we get through the mountain of contacts and interest, we will. It's available in 3 geographic locations today. So that's the UK, Toronto, Canada, and then also here in the Bay Area in Fremont, California. I think the future for us is twofold. We're gonna have a very aggressive feature release cycle, so every 3 to 6 months we'll be rolling out new features to the product, and that's going to be an aggressive part of the future. I think at some point we'll have to figure out a PaaS offering or some sort of platform as a service offering to kind of snap on top of the kind of infrastructure as a service product that we offer today. Exactly how we're going to figure that out, whether we partner or do it ourselves, we don't really know yet. But certainly I think PaaS seems to be a common trend we're hearing a lot about at the show, so we'll have to figure that out. And the reason why I mentioned 3 locations is that the way we've architected the solution, it actually can be spun up in new locations fairly easily. So I would say in 6 months or 9 months from now, we'll probably have a 4th or 5th location live as well.